Hi boys and girls, it is Mrs. Pendleton. I'm here with your third reading intervention video for blending. Okay, so we are going to talk about our third blending strategy today. Remember what blending is? Blending is putting sounds together to say a whole word if you're talking about spoken language. And if you're talking about text, then blending means putting the letter sounds together to read a whole word. Okay, so today's question of the day is, what is the third blending strategy we can use to blend and read whole words? Okay, so just to recap and review our first two blending strategies that I shared with you on YouTube. The first one, slow and stretchy. And this one only works for words that begin with a stretchy consonant sound or a stretchy vowel sound. Okay, that means the letter at the beginning either needs to be stretchy A, E, I, O, or U sounds, or it could be one of the stretchy consonant sounds. Okay, if you're not sure what I mean by stretchies and stoppers, remember stretchies are sounds that are continuous, which means the sound does not change when you make the sound. Okay, and I call stoppers the sounds like p and t and k. Stoppers are the sounds that you have to sort of stop short or stop quickly because they are not stretchy, and if you try to stretch them out, the sound will change. So we have to stop those off short or snip them. Okay, like the k in this word or the t. Okay, so slow and stretchy blending strategy looked and sounded like this. And if you're comfortable with it, please try with me. Get your magic finger up. Let's set it right underneath our first letter. We're going to slide our finger slowly under each letter as we make each of the sounds that these letters represent. And then we're going to go back and say the whole thing fast together. Ready? Slow and stretchy. Here we go. Mop. Mop. Very good. If you got the word at the same time or even before I did, kiss your brain. Okay, and blending strategies are not just for words, they're for syllables too. Okay, syllables could be just a part of a word. Okay, because a syllable is any part of a word that contains a vowel sound. So nonsense words are actually syllables. Okay, you can put them with other nonsense syllables to make real words. This is a real word. Okay, but we can also try our blending strategies with a nonsense word, which is also called a syllable. I just like to call them nonsense syllables. Okay, so let's try slow and stretchy with a nonsense syllable. Ready? Try this one without me. I'm just going to take my finger and slide it slowly under each letter, boys and girls, while you make each of the sounds, okay? So I'm going to try not to help you at all this time other than with my finger. You make the sounds nice and slow, stretching each one out, and then we'll go back and say them fast together. Here we go. Magic fingers up. Did you say the word? If not, try it again. The word you should have said is soft. That is a nonsense word or nonsense syllable. Okay, you might not see this word ever by itself because it's nonsense. It's silly, doesn't make sense. But it's still important to know how to read it because syllables, like soft, can be put with other syllables to make real words. Okay, an example of that would be if I put an A at the end of this word, now the word's not even nonsense anymore. The word's sofa. Okay, so syllables are parts of words, nonsense parts of words, but when you put them with other syllables, they make bigger words that actually do make sense. So it's still important that you know that. Okay. Let's go on to our second blending strategy. Just to review, our tap and sweep. And that one looks like this. You tap out each of the letters, make the sounds while you do. Then you go back and you put them together to read the whole word. Okay? Try it with me. Here we go. K, t. Cut. Very good. If you said it at the same time or before Mrs. Pendleton, kiss your brain. Okay, I'm going to change to a nonsense and you can try it again. All right, here's a nonsense syllable. This time I'm going to tap and sweep with my finger, but I'm not going to say anything. This time you're going to make the sounds and you're going to blend those together to read the whole word. Here we go. Get ready. Put your magic finger up with me and go. If you said dudge, then you did a great job using the tap and sweep blending strategy. Okay, so those are the two strategies that we learned so far. Slow and stretchy, mop, mop. And tap and sweep, dudge. Okay, those are two blending strategies we know that can help us read words. Today's blending strategy is called onset and rhyme. Say that with me. Onset and rhyme. The onset and rhyme strategy involves using the chunk or the rhyme pattern in a word. Okay, and here's a little side note. The rhyme is the vowel in a word plus any letters that come after it. Okay, so I'm going to say that one more time and show you what I mean. The rhyme is like the chunk. It is the vowel sound plus any letters that come after the vowel in a word. Okay, some familiar rhymes that you've probably heard are am, spelled A-M, an, an is a very common rhyme. It's a chunk that we see a lot in words. Am. Ing's another one. Okay, so rhyme is the vowel sound, or if you're talking about written words that you can see, it would be the vowel letter sound and whatever letters come after it. Okay, just like an, am, and ing. Those are rhymes. Okay, they're familiar, common chunks that we're used to sort of chunking together. They're parts of the words that we know. Okay, the onset is the beginning sound or sounds. Okay, it is whatever sounds come before the first vowel sound in a word or syllable. Okay, if we're talking about one syllable words or just one nonsense syllable, okay, then it would just have one vowel sound. Okay, because every syllable is the part of the word that has one vowel sound. Okay, so today we're just talking about the onset in a one syllable word or a one syllable. Okay. So the onset would be any letters that would come before the vowel in the rhyme. So the vowel in this rhyme is A. So if I put an R before it, the R would be the onset. Good, the beginning. Sometimes the onset is the beginning blend. And a blend is actually two consonant sounds. Okay, so if I put the blend B, R in front of the rhyme, BR would be my onset. Okay, so BR would be the onset and ING would be the rhyme. Okay, before we practice with letters, sorry, I'm moving around so I can get a little bit closer to my device here. Before we begin using the onset and rhyme blending strategy to read words, I would like to practice with just the sounds only. Okay, so I have my consonant sound chips, which are blue, and my red sound chip, which is the vowel sound. And then I made this big purple rectangle as the chunk. Okay, that would be the rhyme for today. Notice I made it purple because think about Mrs. Jurick's color wheel lesson. Red and blue make purple. Okay, so if you're putting a vowel sound and a consonant together to make a rhyme, that color would be purple. That's why I picked that. Just fun fact. Okay, so let's see. Onset and rhyme. Let's start with an easy one. Let's do, the onset's going to be, say that sound with me when I touch the chip. Ready? And your rhyme's going to be at. Okay, what's the rhyme? At. Okay, the onset, the rhyme is at. Let's put them together to say the whole word. Ready? Pat. Very good, pat. Okay, if you're not sure what the rhyme would look like with sound chips, it would look like this. If I didn't make the little chunk, this sound chip represents the ah, and this sound chip represents the t. So p, at, pat. That's how you use tap and sweep if you're doing individual phonemes or individual sounds. P, at, pat. But we're not using tap and sweep today. We probably already know that at is at. So we're gonna actually chunk the whole rhyme together and then just use the onset and the rhyme to say the word. Now there are different ways you can tap this out. You can use one magic finger and you can tap it out like p, at, pat, or you can actually tap the onset because there's just one consonant sound here. There's one sound chip in the onset. You could tap it out with just one finger like this, p, and then when you go to tap the rhyme out, you know it's two sounds, so you could go at, then put them all together. Pat, put all three fingers down. P, at, pat, or p, at, pat. Or you can just keep one finger if it's easier for you. Sometimes boys and girls like to keep two fingers down when they point underneath the rhyme because it is two sounds, but you don't have to. If it's easier for you to just tap with one finger the whole time, that's okay too. I prefer you tapping out however you're comfortable with. Okay, let's do it one more time. Ready? Onset, p, rhyme, at. All together. Pat. All right, this time, let's see, I'll do the rhyme first this time. The first sound in the rhyme is gonna be I. Say the vowel sound with me. I. I. Good. And then the consonant sound in my rhyme will be G. So what is the rhyme gonna be? I, G. Very good, it's ig. So my rhyme is ig. Say ig while I slide my finger quickly under the rhyme chunk. Ready? Ig. Can you remember that? Ig. My consonant is B. Say the consonant. B. Good, tap it with me on the screen. Go. B. All right, let's tap the whole thing. Onset and rhyme. Here we go. B. Ig. What's the word, boys and girls? Big. B. Ig. Big. Big. Like what a big boy you are. Okay. Let's go. This just shows you what the onset and the rhyme would look like in a word with letters instead of sound chips, which I already sort of showed you in the beginning of the lesson. But the onset would be the letter before the vowel, whatever consonant letter is before the vowel, which in this case, my consonants are blue. It would be the R, good. And the rhyme would be the A-M chunk. That's the rhyme chunk, spelled R-I-M-E. But if you didn't notice this yet, words that have the same R-I-M-E rhyme also are words that rhyme. When I say if they rhyme, talking about the action, what they do, if they're rhyming words and they rhyme, like all, fall, call, or big, dig, pig, or sit, hit, pit. Okay, those do this. This is the action. This is the verb. R-H-Y-M-E. That means they rhyme. So words that have the same rhyme, this is talking about what you see, the A-M, the chunk. Words that have the same R-I-M-E rhyme actually do this R-H-Y-M-E. They actually rhyme. Okay, can you think of a word that has the same R-I-M-E rhyme as ram? That means a word that has the am in it that would rhyme, this kind of rhyme with ram. I can think of a name Cam or Pam. Am has the am rhyme. Am has the am rhyme, which makes them R-H-Y-M-E rhyme. What words do you know that rhyme with ram? Cam, Pam, Sam, Tam, Yam. Those all rhyme with ram. All right. Now we are going to use onset and rhyme We're going to use onset and rhyme strategy to attack, to figure out and break apart these words into the onset sound and the rhyme sounds. And then we're going to say the whole thing together. Are you ready? Here we go. Let's tap out the sounds first. One, and then both these sounds. Okay, so if you look at this word and you don't know what the rhyme is, if you chunked those two sounds together, you should try right now in your brain to figure out the rhyme first. Here we go. An, pan. Okay, again. An, pan is the word. Your turn. Do it with me. And put it together. Pan. Very good. All right, we're going to do this one all together, boys and girls. Magic finger up. Okay, my computer does not like me today. All right, here we go. You're going to do this one with me. So we do this one all together. Here we go. Magic fingers up. On top. Ing. Can you put that together? If you blended it and you said king, kiss your brain. You are correct. Or give yourselves a round of applause. Yay. All right. This time I did not color the letters for you. I did not make my consonants in the next word blue and the vowels red. This time I just left them all black, trying to make it a little bit harder for you. What is going on with this thing? There we go. It's a little bit different than my smart board at school. All right, this one's a little bit more tricky. I'm just gonna tap out the onset, tap out the rhyme, and then slide my finger underneath it. But you're going to do all the sounds this time on your own. And notice this one's harder because I made the onset a blend, which is two consonants that have their own sounds each. Okay, so a blend is two consonants standing side by side in a word, but each one has their own sound. So you still should be able to hear the sounds in the onset. So this one has its own sound. Go ahead and make it. And so does this one. Okay, so the onset is, if you don't know yet, say it. Okay, and the rhyme, you might need to actually tap out the rhyme first. And I will give you a little hint. The N is not going to say N like the sound at the beginning of nut. The N actually makes the sound which comes from the back of your throat. It's the sound you hear at the end of sing and thing. Okay? So it's say those sounds. All right. Ready? Let's do the whole thing. Onset, rhyme, blend them together. Here we go. Did you say the word? Ask somebody, if there's somebody at home standing in the same room as you, ask them if you read the word correctly. If you said blink, the other person in the room should give you a thumbs up, or you can give yourself a thumbs up or a round of applause. Yay! The word was blink. And here's what it looks like and sounds like when you tap out the onset, the rhyme, and then put them together. Here we go. Blah. Ink. Blink. So the onset was the bl, and the rhyme is the vowel I, closed in with the ink. Blink. Oh, and I made it disappear again. Blink. Blah. Ink. blink. Okay? You're doing so great. Let's just do one more word for today. Okay, I'm just going to write it in plain old black letters. But this time the word is going to be challenging because I'm going to make it a nonsense syllable or a nonsense word. Trying to think of a good one. Oh, here we go. There's your onset. And there's your rhyme. And now you can see it. Onset. Say the onset. Now the rhyme. Put them together. Great. If you said ing, sting, give yourself another kiss on the brain. And that is the end of our lesson. So just to visit the beginning again. You now know 3 different strategies for blending the letter sounds in words to say or read the whole thing. You know the first strategy, slow and stretchy, which only works with syllables or words that begin with a stretchy sound. We did tap and sweep, which is where it can work with any word. A word that begins with a stopper, like dudge, or a word that begins with a stretchy. It doesn't matter. You can use tap and sweep on anything, but that's when you tap out each letter sound and then go back to the beginning and sweep those sounds together to say the whole word. And then our third blending strategy that we just learned today is onset and rhyme. And remember, onset and rhyme is when you use your onset, which is the consonant or consonants that comes before the vowel, and the rhyme, which is the vowel sound and whatever comes after it, like k, ing, king. One more time, k, ing, king. So now you know all 3 of the main blending strategies that you can use to help you attack and figure out a word by breaking it into sounds or into onset and rhyme and blending those sounds together to read the whole word. Okay, those are the 3 main strategies, boys and girls, that I teach all of my students for blending. There is a 4th strategy. It is not one that you probably need to use all of the time to blend letter sounds to read whole words, but it is the I'm stuck strategy, meaning it's the strategy that you can use if you tried all 3 of your blending strategies and you still can't attack or figure out the word that's in front of you on the page. Okay, and that blending strategy will be in my 4th and my final video for blending words. Thank you for watching. Hope you're all safe and healthy, and I miss you all. Bye-bye.